There are moments when you notice the difference most clearly. An invitation arrives. A weekend opens up. The expectation is movement, noise, participation. And yet what settles inside you is something quieter. A preference that doesn't announce itself loudly, but remains steady. You feel more at ease staying where you are. This often gets interpreted quickly by others, sometimes by you, as reluctance, as withdrawal, as something missing. You may have wondered, even briefly, whether this preference signals a problem, whether comfort in staying home means you are avoiding life rather than living it, whether ease is a sign of stagnation. These assumptions tend to appear automatically, shaped by what is praised and repeated around you. But the feeling itself is not alarmed. It doesn't carry panic or emptiness. It carries relief. What you experience is not a lack of desire. It is a different orientation towards stimulation, energy, and meaning. Staying home does not feel like hiding. It feels like arriving. And that distinction matters more than it is usually given credit for. Before anything is explained, one thing is already clear. Awareness is present, choice is present, and that alone suggests this is not something broken, but something misunderstood. Psychologically, society tends to reward what is visible: movement, participation, presence in shared spaces. These behaviors are easy to recognize and easy to praise. As a result, anything less visible is often treated with suspicion. Loving to stay home is frequently framed as antisocial, avoidant, or unambitious. But these labels say more about collective values than about individual psychology. They arise because people often assume that what energizes them must energize everyone. From a psychological standpoint, this is a category error. Not all nervous systems seek stimulation in the same way. Not all minds find meaning through constant interaction. When someone chooses home, observers may assume fear is the motivator, because fear is the most familiar explanation for absence. But fear has a texture. It carries urgency, tension, and internal resistance. Your preference does not carry that. It carries steadiness. It feels grounded rather than reactive. This is not about rejecting connection. It is about how connection is experienced. For you, meaning often deepens in quieter environments, where attention can settle instead of scattering. The misunderstanding persists because difference is framed as deficiency, rather than as a legitimate variation in how humans regulate, focus, and feel alive. At the level of the body, this preference is not philosophical, it is physiological. Your nervous system is constantly evaluating safety, stimulation, and demand. Certain environments activate it quickly. Crowds, layered conversations, constant novelty, unstructured social energy. For many people, this activation feels exciting. For you, it often tips past stimulation into overload. Not dramatically, subtly. Your breathing becomes shallower, your thoughts fragment, your body stays alert longer than it wants to. Staying home changes that equation. Inputs reduce. The body no longer has to track multiple signals at once. Muscles soften without effort. Your attention becomes more cohesive. This is not withdrawal, it is regulation. Where others feel restless in quiet spaces, you feel organized. Your internal signals become clearer. You can think without interruption, feel without rushing to respond. This difference is often overlooked because it doesn't look like distress from the outside. But internally, the contrast is unmistakable. One environment drains you slowly, the other restores you almost immediately.
This isn't about comfort versus challenge, it's about alignment. Your system isn't shutting down when you stay home, it's recalibrating to a baseline where you function best.
This pattern often forms early, long before you had language for it. You may have noticed, even as a child, that certain spaces left you tired in a way you couldn't explain. Not upset, just depleted. While quieter, familiar environments allowed you to feel more present, more yourself. Over time, you adapted. You learned, sometimes unconsciously, how to manage your energy. You discovered that not every invitation needed to be accepted, that solitude was not empty time, but necessary time, a way to maintain internal balance. Distance became a form of self-protection, not because the world was dangerous, but because it was demanding. Selectivity became a skill. You learned when engagement felt nourishing and when it felt extractive. This adaptation is rarely acknowledged because it doesn't look impressive. It doesn't involve pushing through or conquering discomfort. It involves listening, adjusting, preserving clarity. What others may interpret as withdrawal is often a refined sensitivity to what sustains you over time. Staying home is not an accident. It is the result of years of subtle learning about where your system works best, and that learning reflects intelligence, not limitation. There is a quiet value in this way of being that is easy to miss. Staying home allows depth to replace speed. It allows your attention to linger rather than constantly shifting. Meaning, for you, often grows through continuity, not novelty. Nothing essential is missing. The idea that something is lacking comes from external standards that were never designed with your nervous system in mind. When you stop measuring your life by visibility and begin measuring it by internal coherence, the pressure eases. You realize that presence does not require performance, that engagement does not have to be constant to be real. Loving home is not a retreat from life. It is a choice about how you meet it, from a place of steadiness rather than strain, from clarity rather than noise. If this way of understanding yourself feels familiar, this space is here for that kind of reflection. You're welcome to stay, to explore these patterns further, and to share your thoughts quietly in the comments if you choose.